So yes, when I was nominated, I was very surprised. I wasn't really aware of the whole process of people nominating and everything until I was actually selected. So it took me by surprise for sure. It's a great way to show what this community does, because it's not just me, it's a lot of people that spoke here today, people that are here helping me out. So it's a good way to just tell the community what we're doing. Yeah. Well, how I got started with food was with my family back home in Costa Rica. My family does a lot of cooking. They have a business, sort of special events and weddings and that sort of thing. So of course there's the food component, and so when my family was busy doing their own thing, I was cooking the meals for the family since a very, very young age. So I guess that's how I got started. And then when my husband and I started the Simply for Life franchise, not started it, but bought the business, I guess. I immediately thought, well, there's something that needs to be, something missing about it, and what's missing is the food component and the education component about food. So that's when we started doing the cooking classes, and then it just kind of went from there. It's about changing your priorities, I think. I always tell people, if something needs to go, it does not have to be the cooking. That has to be a priority in the family, because it's nourishing. It's what we need to live. So just to really build your priorities and choose that as one of your top ones. And I always say, well, the first thing is to try and choose a place or a restaurant that offers a lot of good choices, instead of going to a place where there's only one or two items that you can choose from, and that that you might not even like them. It's that awful salad or something like that. But go to those local places that are run by families that they cook everything from scratch, where you can pretty much look at the menu and choose everything there, and then that is going to be tasty, and then that's definitely a way easier to choose from and to eat out when you're doing that. I think I have an understanding definitely of what women go through in terms of stress when they lead stressful lives or lives that are busy, and you're working a lot, and then you have to go home and then choose those healthy lifestyles, or those choices, healthy choices for yourself and your family. So I know how hard it is. It's a definite conscious effort to make those choices day to day. What motivates me, of course, is my family. First of all, I guess the community in second place, I think, that we live in, because it's a very supportive community, but it's also a very health conscious community, and there's needs for things like what I do, I guess, and I'm motivated by my love of food, I think. So that's definitely at the top of the list. I really enjoy cooking and making people eat things that are tasty, and have people see people have pleasure when they taste the food. My most important accomplishments are definitely having Sam, my busy 1-year-old. It's something I didn't think I was gonna do, and it just happened, and that's been amazing. And then of course opening the business and working hard at it. Yeah, one of the plans that we have is hopefully open this up to young kids, or even go to schools to encourage kids to start learning to cook from an early age. I think it's very important, and I think it's just and there's a lot of people interested about that these days, and I don't have to obviously comment about why it is important. It's obvious that we all need a little bit more of that. I think that if we all knew how to cook well, and I'm afraid that a lot of people don't these days know how to cook well and how to make food tasty, which is very important. I mean, as a human being, I think it's that that's very important to be able to do it and to do it in a healthy way. But just by even home cooking and learning that very special skill from a very, very early age, will help a lot of people in getting healthy.
Okay. Well, when I heard my wife was nominated for the Model of Health, I was kind of surprised and really excited for Nella. She works really hard every day, just naturally cooking, and having Nella as a model of health for her sons is quite fun. Regardless if she was nominated or not, we love to cook at home. Sam's always in our backpack with Nella and myself in the kitchen, and he always wants to be seeing what's going on, and it's just really exciting to see him eat really healthy. Of course, that's one of our priorities for him, and it's just fun to see him interested in food. All of his toys in the kitchen are fake vegetables and fruits, and he knows how to flip an egg already, and it's just quite exciting. So we're excited to see him grow up and maybe become a foodie himself. I know Nella doesn't really like to be filmed, or she's kind of a little bit camera shy, but I was really excited for Nella. She really deserves it. She works every day naturally doing this stuff at work and at home, and I'm just really proud of her. I've known her for a long time. We've always cooked, and I just think it's her time to shine.
When I heard of the Model of Health contest, I immediately thought of Nella, because recently, when she started her new business of Nella's Kitchen, the feedback that she's getting about how wonderful her food is and how everybody wants to be a part of it, it made me think instantly of how she affected our family when she first came to Canada, and how she sort of just has a way of making people want to eat healthy and making people want to be healthy. And because of that, I thought she'd be a great candidate. I'm really excited to see Nella get an opportunity to put on this great big fancy dress and get a lot of recognition for what she deserves, to be, acknowledged for what she does for her community, what she does for her family, what she does for everybody around here who gets a sense of wanting to cook, wanting to eat, wanting to partake in a healthy lifestyle. She deserves credit for that, and I think it's going to be wonderful for her to participate and get a little bit of a pat on the back for what she deserves. Well, it's really exciting to think about May, when Nella gets to put on a fancy red dress and walk down the runway and be a representation of people who want to help their community and help their families and promote healthy lifestyle. And I think she's going to get a great recognition for what she deserves for all of us in the Valley and in St. John in general.
I'm the youngest of 4 kids. She's my oldest sister. In general, she was my role model, but she also was a sick kid. So having an older sister that was sick, that still thrived, that still did sports as she got older, went to university, played sports in university, traveled, did school, became a teacher, all these things. Coming from being a sick kid really inspired me as her younger sister to do those same things. A healthy person is someone that, every day lives their life happily and in wellness. And that doesn't necessarily mean going to the gym every day or eating perfect meals. It really means, to me, someone that incorporates physical activity into their day-to-day routines, eats good, healthy foods, nourishing foods, but doesn't worry about every calorie. And then also someone that really lives in wellness, is relaxed, manages their stress, and supports the people around them. This contest made me think of my sister Sarah, because she lives in wellness every day of her life. Since we were kids, she thrived, even though she was a sick kid. She did sports. She was the leader of fun in our household. she went to university, traveled, and did so many things that inspired me to do those same things in my life and go after my dreams. When we grew up, we knew our sister had a heart condition. We knew that she couldn't do the same things as us, from what our parents said, but that didn't mean that our sister Sarah wasn't our leader and wasn't leading us in all of our games and all of the fun things we did. It didn't stop her, even though maybe the doctors might have wanted her to take it a little easier.
Well, I felt extremely proud of Sarah. I know she's been through a lot with her struggles with her heart and trying to be a fit and active parent. So I was really impressed and happy for her. I always knew that she had restrictions on some of the things she could do as a child because we weren't always allowed to participate in certain activities that were kind of high impact. And Sarah always was on medications until junior high, and it was just something that was part of our daily routine. Sarah, did you take your pill kind of thing. So that's the only effect it ever really had on my life. Well, when Sarah was finally able to participate in some of the sports and activities that she had always really wanted to, it was, really inspirational, and everyone was incredibly proud of her because it was something no one thought she would ever be able to do, and she excelled at everything that she did. She was, the star of her soccer team in high school. She played for King's University. She played rugby for Dalhousie University. She did everything, and it was really always such an inspiration to see her score a goal, even more so than a regular person, just because no one ever thought that she would be able to participate in those type of things. Sarah was an inspiration to me as an active woman because she was always inspiring Lizzie and I to participate in, different activities that we weren't able to as kids. And by her having no experience athletically really up until high school and then just excelling so well, that was really impressive for us, and it made us realize that, you can really do anything.
So Sarah now is staying at home on maternity leave and taking care of her 2-year-old son, and also taking care of us, her 2 little sisters still, because we all live here in St. John. So when I go over to her house to help her with her kids, generally I'm not really helping as much as she's helping me because she's feeding me a delicious healthy meal and then pretty much offering me a counseling session on whatever's happening in my life. And I think that's really important. It's really important to me. I know it's important to Jilly because we get to sit and talk to our sister, and she really hears us and makes sure that we're living a healthy life.
When I found out Sarah was pregnant with Davy, I was thrilled but also panicked inside because all I could think of was that moment from Stealing Magnolias when Julia Roberts, all she cares about is having kids and being a mom, and that was so Sarah. And I just was so panicked because no one really knew how her heart would react to a pregnancy, and she had to be really closely monitored by cardiologists the entire time, and it was just really emotional for our entire family. I was there when Davy was born, so that was amazing on its own. I'll never forget the way my dad was so proud because he just was so excited to be a grandparent, and he didn't really know if that was something that would be possible with Sarah. So it was a really joyous moment for the entire family. When Davy was born, I was in the room, and it was so exciting and emotional for our entire family because we didn't know if Sarah would ever be able to have kids. And I'll never forget the way my dad reacted. He was so proud and emotional, and I had never really seen him like that. So he's also just become the most amazing grandparent to both Davy and Sally, and we would do anything for them, and it's just a blessing in our household.
It was a weekend that my husband was away skiing at Sugarloaf. I noticed that Sarah was kind of jumpy, And when I took her to the sitter the next morning, I had mentioned to her that I didn't know if Sarah, I thought something may be wrong with Sarah. But I was taking her to the doctor that day anyway, after school, so if she noticed anything during the day, just give me a call. And she did give me a call. And so I went right after school and took Sarah into the doctor. And he said to me, I think your daughter is in heart failure. And of course, I couldn't believe it and was quite upset, of course, as any mother would be. And I called my husband immediately, and we took her immediately to the St. John hospital, where they did some routine tests and whatnot, and basically told us that there was really not much they could do here in St. John because they didn't have a pediatric cardiologist. So we flew down to Halifax that night, and were met by a team of doctors at the IWK. One of them wasn't sure there was anything wrong with Sarah at all because she had such a spirited personality even back then that they thought, oh, she seems perfectly healthy. But my husband was very upset that they said that after all we'd been through that day. So they called in the head cardiologist at the IWK, and he came right in and again looked at Sarah, and yes, she was having a lot of heart problems. When we finally had Sarah put through this procedure called an angioplast, which they put wires up through your veins to just check on your heart, they discovered that she had an enlarged heart, and they said the condition was called cardiac myopathy, and which meant that she was obviously having trouble. Her heart was not working properly, and even though it took them 2 shots of whiskey to put her out, which they normally only use 1 for a child, Sarah needed 2. So there her spirit again showed through that she was quite a feisty little thing. And when we got the news that she had this condition, they had already told us that 12 people in Canada had been diagnosed, 12 babies had been diagnosed with this, and 6 had already died. So we were quite upset, of course. I really didn't eat practically for the whole 10 days I was in Halifax. I was so worried. And then it was time for us to go home, and they gave us some medication. Some digoxin was the medicine that we were supposed to give her so that her heart could beat stronger. And we were told that we would be meeting with Dr. Finley. He was the doctor who was the head of the cardiac unit at the IWK. He would come to St. John 3 or 4 times a year, and we would meet and follow Sarah's progress. And that's sort of where we were left at that point. And then we tried to get home, and of course there was no flights out of Halifax to St. John, so my brother-in-law flew his a 4-seater over from St. John to pick us up so that we could come home, because we also had a 2-year-old at home. Anyway, when we got home, it was quite traumatic because my husband and I kept thinking, oh my God, are we going to go into her room in the morning and she isn't going to be alive? It was very scary for us, and I continued to take time off work until we got people in place that could come and look after her, and it ended up being my husband's sister decided to fly from California and to care for Sarah so that I could go back to work. And not that I really wanted to do that, but it was, reality sets in and you have to work. And so my sister-in-law came from California and looked after her, and which put our minds at ease. And the next checkup, she was doing quite well when we went to the heart clinic at the St. John Regional. She was okay. She was still alive, and we were thankful for that. And this carried on for 10, 15 years. She was on different medications. At some point, the doctor wanted to try something else, and where her blood pressure was, I had to go to the doctor twice a day to have her blood pressure checked. That was like my husband would take her in the morning and I would take her after school, and that was really, those were hard days too, because we had other kids as well.
It was difficult raising a child like Sarah for many reasons. One of them, of course, being the fact that we were worried about her health all the time. And we were told that she shouldn't do sports. So we did piano and we did ballet, which wasn't too strenuous, and we tried to keep her away from the tennis court, although we let her play a little bit. And but finally at around 15, she begged Dr. Finley to play sports, and he decided at that point in her life that she could actually try it if she promised that if she got tired she would sit out. Well, she never got tired. But, you know, she played sports. She played high school rugby, she played hockey, she played anything she could get her hands on, because she was just one of those people that had a massive amount of energy for someone who had a heart condition.
But on when she got pregnant?
When Sarah got pregnant, it was a concern to all of our family because, number one, when she was at the IWK as a baby, they told her she could never have children. But with the recent activities with her cardiologist and her being told that her heart was working at 98% capacity before she got married, you know, we were happy to know that she was strong. We didn't really think about her getting pregnant, but when she did get pregnant, of course I worried the whole time, because I know that labor and delivery, having 4 children of my own, is a rough go. But amazingly enough, she was able to get through it.
I was very surprised to be nominated as a Heart Truth model for the fashion gala. I was very excited to hear I was nominated and thrilled for the opportunity.
So what did it mean to you? I mean, do you think you're a model of health?
It meant a lot because it made me feel that my sisters look up to me and can see the choices I'm making for myself and my family, and they think that they are good choices, and the way I'm a vegetarian and I try to eat healthy and work out and also be mindful. I really have been working on that, so I did feel very complimented that they would think of me like that and look up to me. Growing up with a heart condition was very normal to me because I had it since I was pretty much born, 3 months old, so it was very normal for me to have a heart condition. So it did not seem weird, and I did not feel different about having a heart condition because it was just who I was. And it always seemed as though my family and friends just understood that about me. Even though I had to, you know, sometimes have heart monitors on for 24 hours or go for testing, it was always very normal and almost exciting in some ways to see the doctors again, especially because I was doing so well that it was always nice to hear the progress and hear that I was getting closer and closer to being healthy and not needing to take medication anymore, and eventually being able to play sports and be the active person that I wanted to be and always was trying to be. A typical day in the life of Sarah Branch right now, since I'm on maternity leave, is getting up quite early with my kids and spending the morning with them, trying to cook a nice healthy breakfast and then be active, get out of the house, do something, either going to play groups or going to visit friends that also have kids around the same age so we can socialize, and then getting back to the house and worrying about our next meal and cleaning up and getting the house ready, and then
That's good. That's good.
sorry. My sisters are my everything. They're my best friends, and I'm obviously the emotional one in the group. I feel like they can be there for you, not only in friendship, but you know, for other types of support as well. Or I couldn't be not only family, but also friendship and supporting each other through good times, bad times, travel. You know, there's no one I'd rather go on trips with than them. They're the most fun people in the world, and I really respect them, and I actually look up to them just as much as they look up to me.
You know, I know there was.
I love that. If you've got something to say, for sure, let's say it.
Lots to say.
Well, I think that if we're on here, we say, or even when you think about the Heart and Stroke Foundation and the amount of money they put towards research, and that research saved Sarah, it just, you know, it makes me really happy to support an organization like that. Thank you, Heart and Stroke.
You gonna smile? Are you gonna smile for the camera? Are you gonna smile for the camera? Are you going to?
Give me a little tickle, tickle, tickle.
This is my daughter Sally, and I really look forward to watching her grow up and hoping to encourage her to have a very healthy, balanced lifestyle. Not only being healthy with food choices and exercise, but also a stress-free lifestyle. I would like her to be very mindful and to realize that to live life in moderation is a great thing, and to live each day at a time is really a gift, and to enjoy every moment.
I nominated Marlies because of the important impact she had on my life. She motivated me to make my health a priority, and she also, I think, has an impact on a lot of people's lives. Her compassion, she treats everybody like an individual, and she always has an impact on people's life. For example, a true example for me is my husband passed away 4 months ago, and she came to the funeral parlor, and she didn't know my family. She talked to my kids, and my sons were impressed about her compassion, and I think that's a true example of how she impacts people. For a 26-year-old man who's bereaved at the time, to notice how compassionate she was, I think is a true testament of how Marlies impacts everybody she touches. You know, I nominated Marlies because I see how she touches everybody that she meets. A true example of it is my husband passed away 4 months ago, and she came to the funeral parlor, and I was really surprised because she doesn't know my family. She only knows me as a Zumba student, but she talked to my sons, and they were impressed about her compassion and how she approached them, and that, I think, is a true testament of how Marlies touches everybody's life in a special way. For a 26-year-old guy to say that she was compassionate and how she impacted him really is powerful.
My name is Mandy Lawson, and I nominated Marlies because of her heart and passion for Zumba. I've been coming probably for 2 years, and you can just see that she's passionate every single class, and because of that, it inspires me to want to come and just feed off of her energy and passion that she gives for her students. And also, I'm not going to lie, a little tiny bit of me wants to look just like her because she's so in shape and fit, and that's inspiring as well.
Okay.
State your name.
Hi, I'm Connie Hamilton, and I nominated Marlies for the Model of Health because that is what she is to me. She encourages each and every one of us to strive toward our best and be healthy and have fun, and she's just such an awesome instructor. She is encouraging to each and every one of us to make ourselves better.
How has she impacted your life?
She has impacted me more to get myself healthier and increase my activity and have fun and interaction with some of the other students. She's just so awesome.
Hi, I am Sherry York, and I nominated Marlies for this because she's just incredible. And I found Zumba with Marlies after I had my baby, and I was super unmotivated to work out and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to a gym and everyone's gonna be super fit, and I'm huge.
And then I came and everyone, it was like different ages and sizes and different abilities, and it was just like, it felt like home, and she was so inspiring and she was so happy, and like, it was just super fun. Like I knew I was working out, but it was just like the best time in the world. And so I just came, I had fun every couple of weeks, not weeks, I came more than that, every couple of nights, and it was just incredible. And then as I came, I just got to know her, and she was just amazing, such an amazing person, and so she's so happy and positive, and so it really inspired me to grow and to just better myself and to be more healthy. I just want to thank her because she just helped me grow so much and to be confident in who I was, and you know, no matter my size or where I was with exercising, she was there for me.
Zumba is beautiful, and the best thing is Marlies. I came to Moncton 2 years ago, and I tried 5 different Zumbas before I came to her, and I adore it. She has the same energy that she gives every single time, which just makes me love her so much.
My name is Marina Wright, and I nominated Marlies because she changed my life for better. I'm a different person now. When I started to go to Zumba, I was a very inactive person. I was doing nothing, and my friend suggested to try Zumba, and I said, I never danced before, and I said, oh, don't worry about it. So when I went, and I couldn't believe how great it is. I started to come twice a week, and after I started to come 3 times a week, and after 4 times a week, and now I go 6 times a week, and I cannot stop. I'm addicted, and I lost some weight. I feel great. I love Marlies. She's an amazing person. She has amazing energy. It's just incredible. I'm happy. It's just so happy activity. It just, I cannot describe it. Just like, I love her. I just recommend Zumba with Marlies to everyone.
Hi, my name is Ghislaine Godet-Castonguay. I started class with Marlies about 4 years ago, one of her first classes that she started here in Moncton. I remember her first classes. She spoke very little English, so we kind of communicated through the dance and through the moves that she showed us. I tried tons of exercises before Zumba. I spent tons of money on gym memberships, never stuck to it, but it's been 4 years, and maybe like the others said, my life changed, my outlook on my body and exercise changed, and it's all because of Marlies. Her energy, you want to go to her class every week. So if I miss, I'm kind of trying to get to another class. So I go to her class 4 or 5 times a week, and I really enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Anne, and Marlies is just the greatest teacher, but she's not only a Zumba teacher, she is an inspiring woman. She's smiling all the time, and she makes us feel good about who we are. This is therapy. She's just amazing. Marlies is A1, she's the best.
Oh, I was really surprised. I was screaming, and it was a big thing for me to be nominated because it's a recognition from my work. So I've been working very hard, and to change someone's life, for me, it's the big thing, right? It's the big accomplishment. So I was very happy because of that. It's not because I'm model, nominated, not about that. I'm not excited about the dress. I'm not excited about anything. I could just wear my clothes. I'm excited that in some way I could change someone's life. That's the thing. Oh, I was crazy. I was with my. They left a message in my phone, and I said, "Paulo, come here, baby. I don't understand. Maybe I understand wrongly." And I called my daughter. Daughter said, "Yes, mom, you are nominated." I couldn't believe. It was very emotional for me. I think I was nominated because in some way I changed some of my participants' life. I changed in the way that they have a healthier life. So that's why I started 4 years ago. Well, I'm not from here. I'm originally from Brazil, and for me, it's very emotional for me because I changed my professional area. I was in a business area, and to come here in another country when you don't know the language, when you don't know the culture, was very hard, and I was very depressed. And I'm not a depressed people. I was happy. I was a happy people, and I was sad and depressed at home. And then my husband is the one that always pushed me, go outside. I said, how I'm go outside? They don't understand me. I don't understand them. So what am I going to do? And then they said, well, you always love fitness and class. Go to the Y. Then I went and I saw this name Zumba, and I said, wow, maybe this I could do. And I went, and the first class I was hooked, and the teacher, that is one of my friends, she told me, you should do a train, you are so good. And I did, and that's changed my life. So my fitness job now is not just, that's what I always say, it's not just a job, it's a way, it's my life, it's the way that I could get into the culture, and I could get friends, and I could, like my participants, I tell them, they are not just participants, they are very special, they are my friends, they are my family, they are everything for me, because before I was just lonely, I couldn't speak, it's still hard, but I tried, and well, and now, oh my God, I love my life, and I love Canada, and I love my students, and I love what I do. The biggest accomplishment is to change in some way the life of my participants, because when they start with me, some had very hard problems in their health, and in some way I change, and they start to be more active, they start to eat health. So that's my biggest accomplishment. My daily routine is like everybody that is a mom and also has your own little business. So I divide my time like this, with the kids, with get the house, the work organized, prepare my meals. That's very important for me. I cook every single day, and also doing my job, like search for new songs, practice new choreographies. Almost every week I have 2 new songs, and get ready. Every night I teach, so every night I do my best, like I'm there, you know what I mean? I'm there, and I said I'm going to do my best for those girls, because one day I remember that I was depressed, and when I went to a Zumba class, changed my life. So I said, I can change someone's life now. I can give the best of me for them, and that's what I do every day. I believe that you have to make time for yourself. You know what I mean? I know we have busier life, but you can have 1 hour for yourself, just 1 hour a day. That's not going to hurt your kids. Come on, because mommies go out. Mommy needs to go out. Mommy needs her time. Mommy needs me a little bit. Doesn't going to hurt your son or your daughter or your family. You need at least 1 hour. Even if you can't go out, put your TV screen and do your exercise in a trade machine, but try 1 hour, just me. Well, I'm like everybody. I'm crazy for junk, especially sweets. Like I'm crazy. But I try every time that I'm going. I'm always thinking, okay, is really worth to? I work so hard for getting this body, but for this, so I try to, instead of a muff or a cookie or something, I eat my dark chocolate. I allowed myself, I eat, and that's it. I try to change a little bit the things, and that's it. Well, I always make sure that in that restaurant has healthier choice. Every place nowadays has healthier choice. So no excuse. If you are sticking on diet, you're gonna get your goals. I think it's kind of a shame if you eat good and if you do exercise, your body's gonna change and you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel, oh, I woke up, I have energy. So that makes you don't want to break that. You don't want, so it's kind of one thing push the other. You eat good, you do exercise, your body answer you, and it's just like that. And you just want to continue that. First, commit to yourself. You have to commit to yourself. And second, registration in a fitness activity. Or if you cannot afford, at least buy a trade machine, like I said, or buy a program. I don't believe that you can do those programs at home alone. I don't believe, but at least a trade meal, or walking with your dog, half an hour a day. Come on, it's easy. It's kind of. It's affordable to walk. I know that Canada is cold, but buy a treadmill, invest in yourself, and try to change your health, your habits, like your eating, for a healthier choice. Buy your things and prepare yourself. I don't believe in those foods that you already cook. Do it yourself. It really is not expensive. You can cook a big pot of soup and feed your family for 1 week. So it's easy. It's always choice for if you want to. But the most important is to become committed with yourself, I think. By being active, fitness all the time. Like I said, I was depressed, and I jumped in fitness and saved my life, really, because I was almost want to go home, and I didn't because my family. But fitness helps everything. My biggest accomplishment today is, like I said, is to change someone's life. If I could change one day, if I could give happiness one day of one of my students, that's my big accomplishment, and that's why I'm so happy. My bonitas. Bonitas means in Portuguese very beautiful, and I call my students my bonitas, and they are my biggest motivation for sure. Every day I woke up and I said, I have to go for them, and that's it. They motivated me. Yes, of course I have, and I try my best to help them. My best to push them to their limits, because everybody can do. I believe in that, and I try my best to help them. Everybody can do. You can change your life for a healthier choice. So I believe you have the power to change. You just need to believe in yourself and go. That's what I would say. Everybody can do. I could. So.
I nominate Marlise because she is inspiration for us as a family, as a woman at our place. I mean, she is the one that leads the house and is pushing us for everything that we can do.
I'm Jim, Bonnie's husband, and Bonnie means a lot to me, obviously, and with our 5 children, we live a very active lifestyle. And through the course of day-to-day living, there's always a big emphasis on activity and back to basics, the importance of exercise especially, and when you're dealing with a history of heart and stroke in your family, it's very important to live a very healthy lifestyle, and that she shows a lot of leadership in that particular area, so it's easy to follow her lead.
I was quite surprised when I was nominated. I didn't know how many other people had been nominated, but I was kind of surprised and very pleased. I remember I was skiing at Crab Mountain, and in the lunchroom I was checking my phone, and I saw the email, and it was just Jim and I at the table, and I let out this whoop. And the first thing I did was I texted Jennifer and Jacqueline, because they had they had written up the nomination and submitted it on my behalf. So that was really thrilling. And probably the second thought was, oh my gosh, I'm going to get to model a designer red dress. So that was really fun. I was pretty excited. Probably I was nominated because it's just so important to me. Pardon the pun, the issue is near and dear to my heart. I've lost great people through heart and stroke issues, and you just gotta keep it front row and center. And I intend to be around for a long time, so I just try to set examples for my families, and to be part of this endeavor as a fundraiser and as an initiative of awareness for heart and stroke issues. I was just really eager to do it. I was really happy. My biggest accomplishment, I would have to say, in the area of health is having 5 children and then getting to wear my real clothes again after that. 5 children in 6 years, and no twins. I get up, I get 5 children off to university and school. We have 4 in university and 1 in grade 11. They all still live at home. And I get them out the door, and I get myself ready, and I go to the Y, and I go as many mornings as I can to the 9 o'clock class, be it the Zumba or the other fitness classes they have there. I absolutely love it, and I just don't book anything for that 9 o'clock slot. Then I come home. I work from home, so I come back home and get showered and changed, and then I go to work in my office. I'm a writer-editor, so I go to work in my home office and work for various clients, and every day is very different, but that's usually the front end of the day. The afternoon, I guess the phone starts ringing, and Mom, can I have a drive to here, and Mom, can I have a drive to there? And glad to do it. I've built my career around that in later years. And so I start with taking care of kids and doing errands and keeping the household going, and I start thinking about the evening meal, because that's something I'm a little particular on. Busy kids, busy schedule, but even if we have a 30-minute window where all of us can be at the table, or most of us, I try to have a family dinner, and there's no phones allowed at my table. Everything's turned off, shut off, put away, and we sit down and we talk to each other. And I find that a really healthy thing to do too. The way I avoid cravings for junk food and salty food is, I guess for me, if you eat the healthy stuff and find that satisfying, I'm not going to say I don't have cravings, but it's minimal. And when I get to the dessert part, I have a bit and some of my favorites, but I just kind of keep a lid on it. Well, actually, we don't eat out a lot. We're a gang of 7, so the good meals are usually at home. But when we do, I love vegetables. I'm not a vegetarian. I would make a very good one, though, because I just love vegetarian cuisine. But I just have a habit of picking, and I guess that's it, the habit of picking the fish and the chicken and the veggie stuff. It's just stuff that really appeals to me. The thing that I deal with in terms of constantly staying healthy, I think, is probably time, and many of us can say that. To squeeze that hour in at the front end of the day, some days when you've got deadlines and a to-do list that's just way too long, to have the discipline to get to the gym and do that for yourself, or to ski on weekends, or in the summer biking, or whatever it is you want to do. I handle stress by doing fun things, and I would have to say one of my favorite things is ballroom dancing. It's a good activity, it's social, it's something Jim and I do together. We give each other that hour of instruction. We did dancing years ago, and then we had a bunch of kids and didn't dance much during those years, but we're back at it, and I absolutely love it. It's fun, it's good when you do a good jive or quick step. You're doing something for your heart, I must say. It's just so much fun. My most important accomplishments to date would probably be David, Andrew, Jennifer, Christopher, and Jacqueline. Those are our 5 children. But also having a family, and I guess in today's terms that's a large family, but also keeping my career going on a sort of an altered state, a home-based business. But I just, as I said at the beginning, I want to be here for a long time, for me and for Jim and for the kids. And I'm just hopefully building a healthy bunch of habits for them to see and to follow. What motivates me to stay healthy? I've got a lot left to do on my big to-do list and on my bucket list. So I want to be around for a long time. Unfortunately, my family does have quite a bit of history with heart disease. My grandfather died of a stroke at age 44. I lost my mom and my dad, and most recently my brother. He died of a stroke very suddenly, and still miss him every day. And I just have such a connection to the cause, and I just I guess I've felt it firsthand. And if there's anything I want, it's for more progress to be made in the area of heart and stroke research. And again, I plan to be around for a long time. The one thing I would say to a group of women or anybody would be keep at it. You're important enough. If you never quit, you never have to start over. I mean, just keep at it. A setback is just that. It's temporary, and keep on going. And when you think of what you're doing it for your kids in my case, but by extension, you're doing it for yourself and the rest of your family members. And I would just tell them that it's that important. And keep going. Keep doing it.
I'm Jennifer Murray.
And I'm Jacqueline Murray. And we nominated our mom, Bonnie Murray, to be one of the models of health for this Vashon Gala because our family has really strong connections to heart and stroke issues. And also, she makes a really big point in her life to
eat healthy, stay fit. She's the most healthy person I know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and she loves red.
Yes.
Red dresses, big key. Always been her favorite color.
Into fashion and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really big thing for her.
My mother inspires me health-wise, both in eating habits and in fitness, because she always eats very good food, be it vegetables and the odd steak, but... But one other thing is she gets our whole family to do activities like we all go skiing at Crab Mountain or we all go swimming, and that's everyone involved, and she really pushes for us to do things as a group, but all do fun things that are both fun but good for you physically and for your diet as well. We're just a happy, healthy family.
My mom has impacted my life all the time because she always sets an example for my siblings and I. And yeah, she's always giving us good advice, good guidance. She's always there for us for whatever we need. She gives us good support for everything. Our family has always been very involved with music, and so she's always supported us with that through all the years.
She's our mother. She's done so much for us. She's given us so much and always encourage us to do the best we can in everything we do. And whenever things go wrong, she's always there to give us counsel and help bring us back on our feet.
Yeah, she really goes out of her way for her kids. She'll do anything she can to help us along the way, whether it's driving us to a music lesson or taking us out skiing or anything like that. Yeah, she means the world to us, definitely.